Filmmaker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cameras Los Angeles show in West Hollywood, and I'm here with Tom Connolly with his film, Anna. Let's take a look at a clip.
I want to get lost in there with you.
Tom, congratulations on your film, Anna.
Thank you.
Such a privilege to have it with NewFilmmakers LA. For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Well, it's about this guy who is reeling from the failure of his relationship with this girl that he was obsessed with, and we meet him at a time when he is reflecting on the last night that they spent together, in which things go terribly wrong.
And they really, really do. Like, in the most crazy way. What's so fascinating is that this is actually coming from inspiration of something that was true. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, it's based on a news story which has actually been getting a lot of attention again, because there's a documentary just released on Netflix about it.
Wow.
But it's very loosely based on that, and there was a theory about what happened in this story that I found fascinating, because the characters involved with it are so unlikely, and so unlikely to have been involved in something of that nature, something like murder.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately when I read about it, I was like, well, who are these people? Were they involved? And if they were, what were the series of events that led up to something like that happening between these people?
Because it was a humongously, big story when it happened in the United States and everywhere across the world.
So you know what it is, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't really been referencing it, but yeah.
No, most definitely it was a really, really big story. Certainly when something captures the world like that, it's people want to. I think people almost find it therapeutic to kind of see it in a sort of film-related version, to sort of understand it better of how it could have possibly have been. Now, obviously for you, you're obviously a fantastic actor, and you were working in front of camera and behind camera as well. What's kind of that experience like, playing sort of like both of those roles? This is your debut behind camera.
Yes. Well, luckily, we had an amazing crew, including obviously Julian, the director. And so on the day of shooting, it was pretty easy for me to just detach from the behind the camera role and let Julian take over. And he did a fantastic job. And I'm used to being an actor. I'm used to being in front of the camera. So I just thought I've got to, let go of the other stuff, all of the pre-production and the writing that we'd done, and just be, for the 2 days that we shot, just be an actor. I mean, every now and then Julian would be like, do you want to step behind camera and take a look at this shot? Because, a lot of the stuff we'd discussed together about how it would look, which I would do. But other than that, I was just lucky that, everyone was so good at their job, so I didn't have to worry about it on the day.
What's it like after, you put a lot of work into making this film, and the research, and then obviously the production and post-production? What's it like to have your film, selected, NewFilmmakers LA, and have a live audience? What's that experience like?
Really exciting, and also really exciting when, like last night, the audience is so vocal in their response to it, because, I mean, one of the things that was really the main aim with Anna was to make it a visceral experience for the audience, not necessarily something where, while you're watching it, you're thinking too much about it. Hopefully that will happen afterwards, but in the midst of watching it, hopefully it's having a visceral, sort of physical reaction on you. And so to hear people, shout out and gasp and all of that is very satisfying, because that is really what we wanted from the thing. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I think when I heard the audience, I think it was one of the biggest gasps of NewFilmmakers LA history.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, great.
Yeah. I'd seen it before. I gasped and almost swallowed my Cheerios.
Yeah.
But no, it was, it was really quite crazy, because it was really, you had that defining moment, which is always so powerful in film, when you have that moment where the audience is just completely taken away. So congratulations to
Thank
you
you.
in that respect. So what's next for you, Tom?
Next, I'm in pre-production on another short film, which we've shot a trailer for, and we're applying for grants to get money to make it. And I have written a feature film which I'm developing with some producers, and I've also written a TV pilot, which I'm putting together
So
right
you're
now.
very, very busy.
I am,
Yeah,
I am
that's-
busy, yeah.
That's
So
always exciting. That's always very exciting. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real credit to you to have the experience behind the camera, in front of camera, and I think once you've got that dynamic, you can kind of keep moving forward with that. But it's obviously great to see you doing so well on screen as well. What one piece of advice would you give to anyone that wanted to kind of follow in your footsteps with filmmaking?
Piece of advice I think would be to create things that you are passionate about, and stories that you really love, and work with styles that you really love, regardless of what other people might be advising you to do. You know, if you really love it and if you are passionate about it, that is the most important thing, because then regardless of the outcome, you'll still have had a fulfilling experience doing that, as opposed to being like, well, everyone's telling me I should work on this type of thing, I guess I'll do it, and not really feel that level of passion. So
Yeah, no, I think that's a really important factor. Is you got to feel it here to kind of follow through with it and actually make it happen. It's so great when you share your passion on the big screen, which is wonderful. So Tom, congratulations on Anna.
Thank you.
It's such a privilege to have it with us, and we look forward to seeing many more of your projects in the future. So
Great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks a lot.
Brits in the house. There we go.